on the docks here at Charleston Race Week. We just wrapped up 3 days of breeze, 3 days of sun, 3 days of great racing. Jim Anderson from Harken, we've raced together a couple times, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah,
we've had a good time in the Great Lakes, sailing a couple regattas.
On the Nice Pair.
On the Nice Pair, catamaran. Yep.
Yeah, no, it's good to see you out there. It's good to touch base with you again. It took about 800 to 900 miles over a couple of years for you to trust me enough to put you on camera. But welcome back to our On the Water Anarchy report.
Last summer, you got me on camera. You snuck me on camera last summer.
That was the parts you knew about.
I really appreciate, and as does the whole fleet here, your effort to get the word out to all those sailing that should be here at Charleston Race Week. This has been a great regatta.
It's been a good time. I know you guys, it was a sticky class for you guys to be in. Obviously, we worked hard to make sure some IRC boats got here. Vince Vittori came out to support us at 52 feet and planing away downwind. And
it was fun to watch, but, sure, you've got to do it. The first couple of years of getting a big boat fleet here, you're not going to have enough boats for more than one class, and that's understandable. We were a 35-foot boat in a class with 40 to 52 footers. And
15 to 20 knots with nasty square waves.
18 to 20 yesterday, yeah, I mean, and some pretty steep waves. And we just couldn't, compete with those guys on
today.
Today, yeah, it was much flatter, and we got a second and a third, and we were tossing it up with the 40 to 42 footers at the first weather mark. So that was a lot of fun for us, but we wanted to come see what this regatta was all about, and we also we want to promote IRC here in the U.S., and we realized that this was a great way to do it, get more boats down here. So maybe there will be two classes next year, the big boats and then the 35 to 40 footers.
Well, look, and that's it. That's how it's got to be, because IRC, what do they do with 40, 45 footers, and when they start to get big, IRC goes, we don't care, do what you want, So or better,
With any handicapping rule, that you just can't sail 35 footers against 52 footers and have it be an absolute even race on handicap.
For the first time, we were actually able to separate the sport boats out of the regular perf fleets, which I think everyone liked.
Yeah.
So now we have to do the same with IRC. It takes a little time.
The same way, exactly. It takes a little time. Same idea.
But you've sailed this regatta before?
No,
never.
This is my first time.
Get out.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, first time. So it was a lot of fun.
What do you think about the shore stuff and the town?
Shore stuff's fantastic. The town is a great place to come. There's just endless things for people to do off time, and I would come a day ahead of time at least, just to play around in the city, get to know the city a little bit better.
All right.
Lots of history. It's fascinating, and endless restaurants and great places to go.
I thought you were going to talk about the girls. Everyone else has talked about that. Jim will stay political for a second. Let's talk for a second about Harken. Yep. You are the Northeast manager, district or regional U.S. sales manager.
Yep.
Is that recent?
As of last April.
No, I didn't know that. Congratulations. Excellent.
Yep.
Harken came on board in part because I know Bill Goggins has wanted to support On the Water Anarchy for a while, and we were just looking for the right spot.
Right.
This one seemed like the one, and we've been wanting to sort of spread the message that you guys gave us to spread, one of which is a great one, which is Facebook. Do you know much about what Harken's planning with the Facebook page?
We're going at it slowly. We have a lot of things that we have planned. Our marketing department is really spearheading that, and it's an international thing. So one step at a time. We definitely want to get out there. It's a place where just a lot of information is being shared. We want to be obviously everyone's friend, but
I'll tell you, Ocean Sailing Academy, one of our sponsors as well, great friends of ours, and they found out a couple of years ago with putting their Facebook page out there that they get more business through Facebook than any other advertising they do.
Right.
And it's free.
Right.
Well, I mean, you got to pay someone to do it, and it's not easy to actually have a good Facebook page. It costs money, it costs time, but it's actually a really valuable tool, especially with magazines sort of becoming less relevant and everything else.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's to reach the number of people that you can in Facebook. It is very economical. Yeah. So we recognize that, and we're looking to, as always, just get as close to the customer as possible.
All right. So make sure you check it out, facebook.com/Harken. And finally, I thought that Act 1 had the new radio winches on board, but you don't. Nope. Other than seeing them at the boat shows, I haven't seen any boats. What's the story with the rollout? What is it that makes them special, and what's the deal?
Well, the rollout here in the U.S. was the first of this year. In January, we started supplying them to our distributors as well as original equipment customers. Summit Yachts being one of them. And we've been putting radial winches on the Summit 35 and will be the Summit 40 that is also being built at Edgewater Boats. We've been putting them on the 35 since the end of January. This boat, Act 1, was built last August. It was the boat show boat for Newport and Annapolis for Summit Yachts, and so it didn't have the radial winches on it. But I've used the radial winches. They're fascinating. They're just a heck of a lot of fun. They're lighter. They're more efficient. On a boat like Act 1, we can save 20 pounds of winch weight.
That's significant.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Think of what people spend to save weight. Now,
20, yeah,
I think what intrigued me is cost. And most times when you come up with something new and well engineered and you put a lot of 5 years of research into, prices jacked up. That's not the case here. What's the story?
Well, when you put 5 years worth of research into something and you set out with a goal from the beginning that this, when it is introduced, will not be all that more expensive. It's about, on a retail level, it's about maybe the typical winches 40 to 46. They're anywhere between 5-6% more expensive than the winches from the last 2 years. We didn't raise the prices on our winches this last year in 2010. So yeah, they're comparable, very close in price. But we set out with that as one of our design goals from the very beginning.
Right.
And that's what you get to do when you design a new winch out of new materials, new processes. We built a new winch manufacturing and assembly plant in Italy to build these winches, and that's part of the whole plan. When you start from ground zero and you develop a new winch line, which hasn't been done in 20 years by any winch manufacturer worldwide. So,
and are these the radials? Or is this the? I mean, is this going to be all the way up to Gucci and Open 60s and stuff, or is this more of a club racer thing, or what? What's the target?
Well, the target is a winch which was developed with a lot of the same materials and engineering from our racing winch line, which is dominating the Grand Prix scene. Volvo AC as well as the Vinzatori, the TP52 style racing. We incorporated a lot of the experience that we had building those winches into the new standard winch line, which is our standard offering to original equipment boat builders, to the aftermarket, and I see this winch actually being really suitable for boats actually up to the GP42 and the TP52s that maybe didn't want to go the next step to the custom one-off racing winches, because the weight is down, the cost is reasonable, and basically you're getting a winch that is closer to our Grand Prix racing winches than it is to our previous style winches.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And actually with so many of the TPs and the GPs now coming into sort of the general market, being modified for IRC,
sure,
it's sort of a perfect time, isn't it?
It is, and they might augment whatever they have on their boats right now with the radial winches if they're second owner, third owner, and changing some of the configuration.
Stuff coming off the Med Cup's pretty beat up, so.
Exactly, and they don't want the racing winches, which do require a little bit more service and attention than the standard radial line.
Well, hey, it's great to have you here. I'm sure we'll see you back, but I can't wait to see you next time. And you're leaving tonight?
No, I'm going to leave tomorrow morning.
All right, there's a party at my house later. If you want to come, you got my number.
All right.
Good to see you, brother. Thank you.
Take care.